Hi, everyone. This is Audrey Washington, University Financial Coaching, and I'm just coming on today just with some information around the coronavirus. And so I want to start off by saying my hope and prayers are that you and your families are healthy and safe, and most of all, staying calm, right? So, you want to be cautious, but you also want to stay calm, and hopefully that is happening for you, that you've been able to find the blessing in this time of challenge. And so that's my hope for you. And I'm doing great. I'm actually teaching my classes online since last week. The college that I teach at, of course, I think all colleges have moved to that same thing. And it's been going well, actually. Yeah, so I just want to get on quickly and talk about some scams that are going around with this coronavirus. And I want you to just be aware and make sure that you know that unfortunately, just as there will be many good things to come out of this situation, that people who don't have the right mindset definitely are using this as an opportunity to scam people. The thing would be things around, finances, right? So you don't want to give out your PIN numbers for your debit and credit cards, anything like that. You don't want to give out your bank account number and your social security number, credit card numbers. Remember, if you have any pause where someone is asking that information and you get an email or something like that, you want to just call your bank, right? Call your bank, call the credit card company, and see if they have you in an email. And for the most part, they're going to tell you no, that they haven't asked for that as well. If you have any, PayPal accounts or Cash App or Venmo accounts, same thing with that. Don't give out any of that information. All right. You also want to be mindful of charities that are asking for money, right? So if there's charities and you get something that's asking for money, make sure that it's a legitimate charity. Same thing with GoFundMe's. I've seen some GoFundMe's pop up. Make sure it's legitimate, okay? And as well, anytime if you are, led to give during this time, check with your local government, right? Your local town or city, and they will have information about, places where help is needed, donations are needed. So you can get that information directly from a legit source, okay? The other thing about, different emails that come to you or websites and things like that, they are set up to look legitimate, to look like, it's real and it's legitimate. So be mindful of that. Don't say, well, it looked really professional and all of that. Doesn't matter. I mean, you can set up a website and get a domain name, like a website name, in like 15 minutes. You could do it in 15 minutes. So just because it looks professional and appears to have some information that might be familiar to you and coming from a somewhat familiar source, don't be mindful of that. Don't just jump to be responsive. Be careful about things that you click on, things that you get maybe by text message on your phone. Careful about all of those things, right? Don't click on things, because a lot of times those things can access your personal information. So on your cell phone or on your computers. Okay, you also want to be mindful of scams on products that you feel like you need during this time. So a big thing has been, toilet paper and Lysol and hand sanitizer. I've seen, in fact, I went out over the last, one day a couple weeks ago and then one day last week, checking for some Lysol and toilet paper. I mean, I have enough toilet paper now, but of course, if you don't have any incoming, I was just, saying, okay, let me just pick some up to have. Of course, nothing on the shelves in the places I went to. And I didn't do a lot of running around, just a couple of places that are, in my neighborhood. And so I did go online about, possibly ordering those things. I'm like, even if it takes a little longer, I'm not out. So when it came, it would be okay. But, I saw something being sold, like Lysol being sold on eBay and things like that. Be mindful of that. If you're going to order online, make sure it's a legitimate company, right? So a place that you would normally order from with no problems on it, maybe stores like Target and Walmart. Make sure that you're not ordering this stuff on eBay, because you might put your money in there and never get the stuff. So don't do that, okay? So be mindful of that. The other thing that's happening, which is really sad, and you just want to be very careful, is there is no one coming around door to door trying to give you a coronavirus test, okay? So there's no one coming around door to door, knocking on the door to give you that test. So even if they say they're from the health department or the Center for Disease Control, anything like that, nobody is doing that. So please, 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 please be mindful that you should not let anybody in your home knocking on doors, asking for, telling you that they have tests for you at home. Nobody is doing that. No legitimate organization is doing that. So be mindful and be very careful. And also alert your seniors. Many seniors are not on social media, so might not have access to all of this information. So if you get it, the seniors in your life, make sure you talk to them about that. Talk to them about being careful. You can be really cautious, right? Sometimes there is a need to interact with people, but this is the time to be more cautious than ever, okay, around your personal information and around who you're going to let have access to your home. And obviously, remember, there's an issue about us. We need to be practicing social distancing, so you really should not be anyone into your home. Okay, so be mindful of that. The other thing too, which I'm, concerned about, there is some information going around about the proposed stimulus checks that are coming out, that's somehow tied to the census, right? Your census information. And the two are not connected. So as of the information, as of today that I'm taping, those two things are not connected. Yes, it is very important that you take the 5 to 15 minutes it will take you to complete the census. If you're single with no dependents, it should take you 5 minutes. If you have, it would take you a little longer, depending on how many people are in your household, and you have to account for their information. But other than that, I would say 15 minutes tops. So take some time to do that. It is very important to do. You can do it online. It's very quick. You don't have to worry about going out and anything like that by doing it online, but it is not connected to the, okay? So this is Audrey Washington, Fiercely Financial Coaching. And again, my hope and prayers are that all of you, and really the world, people stay safe and healthy as possible. I know that, don't feel panicked. I believe strongly that everyone will have all that they need and more, even during this time where there seems like, there's not enough. I feel like show up in new ways to be a blessing to others. So please heed the advice of some of these scams that are out there. Be mindful, share the information, particularly, like I said, with our seniors who, don't have access. Many of them are not on social media, might not be getting all of the information, might not understand all the information that's coming through the television, but, caution them and make them mindful of that, of some of the things that I shared. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. Be safe, everyone. Stay healthy. And again, be cautious, but stay calm. If you want to reach out to me, I'm at coaching@fiercelyfinancial.com or www.fiercelyfinancial.com. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.